WilliamBJoiner, Leadership Agility, 5 Levels of Mastery for Anticipating and Initiating Change. Welcome to the enthralling world of Leadership Agility, 5 Levels of Mastery for Anticipating and Initiating Change. This book summary provides a valuable insight into the art and science of leadership, exploring the many intricate factors that contribute to an effective leader. You'll delve into diverse aspects of leadership, such as emotional intelligence, followership, and the role of power and influence. Furthermore, you will learn about the romanticizing of leadership and the various myths that impede one's growth as a leader. Prepare yourself for an enlightening journey that will empower your leadership skills and help you navigate the dynamic landscape of the modern world.
The Complexities of Leadership. Leadership goes beyond one's title or position, as it is a result of interaction between a leader and followers. Defining leadership is a complex task, as it involves multiple factors, such as the situation and the relationship between the leader and followers. Emotional intelligence is essential in leadership, as it can inspire or manipulate followers. Being an expert in leadership does not necessarily make one a good leader, but knowing about leadership research can be helpful. Good leaders need to be confident and persevering, but also humble enough to consider others' views and recognize when a new direction is necessary. Finally, leadership relies on followership, and successful leaders value their followers' dependence to some extent. Leadership and its myths. A comprehensive view of the qualities, myths, and factors that make a leader effective is discussed in the book, Leaders, by Richard Nixon. It highlights the impact of crises and followers' expectations and traits in the leadership process. The author brings out the distinction between leadership and management and how they complement each other. The book clears the air around various myths like leaders are born and not made, and only hard knocks can teach leadership. It emphasizes that leaders need to motivate and influence followers to achieve group goals and traces the emergence of leadership. The leadership of Walt Disney. Walt Disney's leadership was attributed to his long-range vision, recognition of talent, intuition, and readiness to take risks. His brother Roy's financial management complemented Walt's creativity, making the Disney company successful. However, after Walt's passing, the company lacked the visionary leader it once had. Roy, the manager, did not possess Walt's leadership qualities, leading to 2 decades of uninspired formula pieces. The author highlights the idea that leadership is not limited to individuals in specific positions but to all followers involved in the process. The art of effective leadership. Effective leadership is not about brute force but values put into action. A good leader can influence their followers' behaviors and attitudes, but power is not something that solely belongs to them, it depends on the context and followers as well. Transformational and charismatic leadership are future-oriented and rely heavily on vision. While there are many kinds of power and influence, coercive power can have negative effects when used inappropriately. Rewards can also bring problems. Performance, satisfaction, and motivation are closely related, and leaders have to be aware of their inherent limits. Values-based leadership. The importance of ethical leadership is emphasized in this book as leaders face ethical dilemmas at all levels. The best leaders do what is right, not what is easy. Leaders are expected to set a moral and ethical example, which can either positively or negatively affect their followers. The impact of values, ethics, and morals on leadership is examined, as well as their development and transfer to others. Leaders are also encouraged to understand how changing situations can help change behavior. The book also dissects actions that are legal but unethical and how leaders can sometimes rationalize their behavior. Stereotypes concerning gender, race, religion, age, and culture are known to influence leadership and present obstacles for certain groups. Furthermore, the book identifies how a leader's ethics and values significantly influence problem-solving, team building, delegating, and other aspects of their job. It explores the debate on whether a leader's character matters and how organizations that prioritize profit over character end up having low employee morale, bad public relations, and organizational chaos. Lastly, the book analyses the traits that make leaders charismatic and what motivates followers. The Maslow hierarchy of needs is used as a model to understand the motivation of leaders and followers. The true test of leadership. Leadership skills can be practiced and developed over time. Experience contributes to becoming a better leader, but changing and growing is necessary to excel. The traits that make a great leader have remained constant, even with evolving technology and business climates. Ultimately, leadership is not measured by how much one knows, but by how they behave when faced with uncertainty.
As we wrap up our journey through Leadership Agility, 5 Levels of Mastery for Anticipating and Initiating Change, we are left with a treasure trove of powerful insights and lessons. In essence, effective leadership transcends mere titles and positions. It requires a complex interplay of leader, followers, and situation. Striking a delicate balance between rationality and emotion, leaders must make ethical decisions and learn from experience to cultivate their character and become role models for their followers. From exploring the nuances of charisma and power dynamics to understanding the importance of followers, this summary has enriched your understanding of leadership and its transformative potential. Use these valuable lessons to embrace your inner leader, face challenges with conviction and confidence, and achieve greater heights in your personal and professional life.